This week on Melbourne 22, we explore Melbourne's hidden laneways and parks, we visit the Hellenic Greek Museum and Chasing Alice perform live. All on another exciting episode of Melbourne 22 that starts right now.
Nothing's ever what we expect, but they keep asking where we're going next. As the sun goes down.
Oh, hey, cool kids. Welcome to another episode of Melbourne 22. We're your hosts. I'm Simon Taylor.
And I'm Lisa Williams. It's great to be back for another episode.
This is so good. We get to look at the Hellenic Museum this week.
And we explore some of Melbourne's most relaxing open spaces.
But first, classic Melbourne laneways.
How good are Melbourne's laneways?
So good. Everything is better in the laneway. Coffee tastes better in a laneway.
It absolutely does.
If you step out onto the street, you're like, what is this dirt? Step back in the laneway. Good time.
Perfect.
Let's look at the story.
Recently, the city of Melbourne has been voted the world's most livable city for the 5th year in a row, from its iconic buildings to its lifestyle culture. But the best way to get up close and personal with the heart of the city is to explore Melbourne's famous laneways and arcades. Overlooking Flinders Street Station lies De Gravis Street. The cobbled bluestone alley is the hub of Melbourne's cafe society. With its unique central seating, it's a great opportunity to sit, recharge, and watch the world go by. The fascinating Central Place is one of Melbourne's more alternative laneways and arcades. The laneway is a vibrant fusion of European cafes and attracts many of the local artistic community. The cafes and restaurants in Central Place all have a defined personality and offer a little something special, with many giving you the chance to enjoy Melbourne's favourite pastime, relaxing with a cup of coffee. Across from Federation Square is another famous laneway, Hosier Lane. It is filled with various forms of artwork, pasted all along its walls at various heights and angles, with amazing detail and imagination from each art piece. It has become a popular tourist attraction and one of the most well-known spots for street art. The changing landscape of Hosier Lane is what it makes it popular. Artists return and put new pieces over the current ones, ensuring that it stays lively and evolving, rather than always being the same each time you visit. Burke Street has a wide range of diverse shopping outlets in Melbourne, featuring the celebrated Royal Arcade, built in 1869 and officially opened by Charles Amos in May 1870. It is the oldest retail arcade in Australia and is now listed on the Victorian Heritage Register. One of the most drawing features of the arcade is Gaunt's Clock, which is guarded by two statues of mythical figures of Gog and Magog. Since its operation in 1892, the two mammoth statues have struck chimes at every hour and can be heard resounding throughout the arcade. On our final journey into Melbourne's laneways and arcades, we visit a short, narrow laneway running south from Flinders Lane. It was once called Corporation Lane, but was thunderstruck by the Melbourne City Council and renamed AC/DC Lane in 2004 as a tribute to the Australian rock band AC/DC. The laneway is now a tourist attraction for rock and roll fans around the world. The lane features a number of different street art that tributes to the band. Also a lightning bolt wall of fame for all the people and bands that help them raise money aimed at soundproofing the Cherry Bar at the end of the lane. So whenever you're enjoying a coffee in De Gravis Street, checking out the artwork at Hosier Lane, soaking up the rich history of the Royal Arcade, or just plain rocking out in AC/DC Lane, there is always something to do in Melbourne's greatest laneways and arcades.
Best laneways ever.
Oh, Melbourne's so colourful.
Fancy laneways. Artistic laneways. Rock and roll laneways.
Historic laneways.
Oh, wow, you added one.
I've got a little nugget for you, actually.
Right.
On Collins Street, the Block Arcade
Yes.
was purchased back in 1890s, sometime around there, for £18.
£18?
Same building, same arcade.
And what's the exchange rate? That's like 7 million Australian dollars.
Something
Expensive.
crazy expensive these days. But the same tea room has been there for over 100 years now.
Oh, wow.
I've sipped tea there.
Must be
Don't
good
you know?
tea. Oh.
It's delicious.
Do you go to AC/DC Lane?
I have been to AC/DC
Have you
Lane.
been to Cherry Bar?
I have not been to
Well,
Cherry Bar.
that's cultural. If you like your tea, well, there's rock and roll and sweet bands there.
Oh my goodness.
You can smell the culture.
Oh,
Doesn't smell like the
I
tea
hear the
place.
laneway smells even better, but
Yeah.
after a
but
night
you got
at
to get
Cherry Bar.
amongst it. It's so good. Speaking about getting amongst it, we wanted to chat to people on the streets in Melbourne, so we're going to have a little street talk. Let's have a look.
Hey guys, we are on Swanston Street in Melbourne to find out what you love about Melbourne. We want the hidden treasures, the yummy corners, the highest highs and the lowest lows. Let's find out what you think. What's your favourite free thing to do in Melbourne?
I just generally walk around and see all the different nationalities.
Pete, what do you love about Melbourne? Top 3 things.
Food, the fashion, and nightlife. Love it.
We actually recently did a package on laneways in Melbourne. Are you a coffee drinker?
I am, yes.
Where is the best coffee you can find in Melbourne?
Oh man, there's a lot of good coffee. There's a place I really like, again on Smith Street, but I've just blanked on the name. Another one in De Graves, again I've blanked on the name.
But in those general
You can't-
directions.
Yeah, you can't go wrong really.
Henry, you're new to Melbourne. What is it that brought you here?
Quality of life?
You do know that we are the world's most livable city, don't you?
And that was also a factor, yeah.
Welcome back to Melbourne 22, and we get to look at Greek history now.
Yeah, we're heading over to the Hellenic Museum.
So good.
I know. I'm going to let you in on a little secret. When I was a kid, one of the many things I wanted to be was an
Astronaut.
archaeologist.
Oh, no, okay. Archaeologist.
I did want to be an astronaut, but no, I wanted to be an archaeologist.
Can I just list some things I think you wanted to be when you were a kid?
Yeah, go on.
Astronaut?
Yes.
Doctor?
No.
Vet?
No, actually.
Nurse?
No.
I'm losing.
Oh, wow.
No, I got to think bigger. I got to think like, okay.
You got to think like exploring, getting your hands dirty.
Okay, adventurer?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, that'll do.
I actually wanted to be a bushranger.
Really?
Yeah,
That's
I
pretty
wanted
cool.
to be Ned Kelly. But no, I wanted to be an archaeologist.
I think he was a criminal.
He was a criminal. I got bushranger and park ranger mixed up.
Right.
But no,
Archaeology.
I wanted to get into archaeology. I saw Jurassic Park and thought, how cool would it be to dig up fossils and relics and things from the past?
Well, you like this because the Hellenic Museum has ancient objects now.
Yeah.
They're like thousands of years old in
Yeah.
Melbourne that you get to go see. I don't think I've seen anything older than my grandmother.
Don't tell her that, will you? Let's take a look at this package.
We're in a fortunate position so much as we are located within the former Royal Mint, which is in itself a treasure. And we've entered into a relationship with the Greek government and we've managed to bring to Australia one of the most impressive collections of Greek art, spanning 8,000 years of Greek history, to Australia for a period of 10 years. We just entered into a relationship with the Benaki Museum. Benaki is considered one of the 50 best museums in the world. A collection like the collection we have in the main showroom is one that's never travelled outside of Greece for a period of more than 3 months. And even then it may have gone to the Getty or to the Guggenheim or to the Met or the British Museum. At the moment, we're the first independent museum that has been able to have a collection like this outside of Greece for an extended period. So we have it for 10 years. So When people come to the museum, the collection of close to 200 pieces traces Greek history from prehistory right through to today, so literally 8,000 years. The Benaki collection is an absolutely priceless collection. Some of the pieces, the oldest piece in the collection dates close to 5,800 years BC. So the pieces are unique, they're irreplaceable, and they've been selected because they actually show examples of Greek art right through from prehistoric times right through to today, and it also sort of allows people to sort of see how Greek art has influenced and or inspired Western art and Western civilization in different ways. It's broken into four parts of the actual collection. We have the first part is antiquity, which is from prehistoric times to the Roman period, and then the second part is the Byzantine period, and then the third part is the post-Byzantine period, and then the Neo-Hellenic period. So it's an interesting collection, it's an interesting exhibition. It spans a really sizable period of history, it has a little bit of everything for everyone.
Well, I want to go.
I want to go too.
Diana, go. What a great date night.
What a great
Better
date
than
night.
IKEA. The furniture's been around longer.
Do you know what? It says, I'm intelligent and I am cultured.
And we can go get a souvlaki. It's good.
Who doesn't
Greek
love
themed
a
day.
souvlaki?
I think it's really wonderful. Like 5,000 years old.
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen anything that old.
5,000 BC. So we're talking back in the days of like
7,000
Zeus
years old.
And and
I haven't
Hercules.
seen anything older than my grandmother. This is amazing.
Don't tell her that. My gosh.
Well, I'll take it to the Greek Museum. It looks wonderful. Yeah, I definitely want to go to that. And I guess I don't know much about Greek history other than like what I learned from Disney movies.
Oh, I love Disney though.
Like the Hercules and...
Hercules.
I don't think that's exactly how it happened though.
Probably not.
And I
And
think it was
probably
less
not
musical.
quite as handsome.
Yeah.
Do you think that they sang each other through each life situation or?
Well, I don't know. The Greek were pretty dramatic.
They all wore togas and olive wreaths around their heads.
Yeah, and they had backup dancers. I'm pretty sure all of them had backup dancers.
Maybe that's what
Disney
the
taught
wreath
me.
is for.
Yeah.
To give the head spin a little bit more.
Dance moves.
Yeah, dance
Perfect.
moves. Let's check out what's happening around Melbourne this week. Welcome back. Well, we've had a great show so far. Been to Melbourne's colourful laneways.
So good.
We found your next dating venue at the Hellenic Museum.
Thanks for that.
Where
Much
are we off to
appreciated.
next?
Well, we're going to look at the open spaces of Melbourne because you don't actually need to go to a thing. Just everything around you is enjoyable. The Edinburgh Gardens, the Fitzroy Gardens, the everywhere else gardens. There's gardens everywhere, Lisa.
There are gardens everywhere.
What are your favourites?
Well, one of my favourite things to do is just grab a picnic rug, a good book, some cheese and biscuits, and perch underneath a tree somewhere. I love the Botanic Gardens.
So good.
I don't think you can get much better than the Royal
I don't
Botanic
get there
Gardens.
enough. Just a walk through there, you go, wow, there's so much, so much to look at and enjoy and smell. It's great.
Yeah, you can always find your own little nook as well. It's never overcrowded. And then everybody else is exercising around the outside while you feel guilty eating your cheeses on the inside.
No. Another milkshake and burger.
I know.
But you're in amongst beautiful flowers, so it balances out kind of.
There's kind
You're
of balance.
in nature.
You walk around through all of the plants and gardens, so that's your exercise.
You
but
feel healthy. Yeah,
You do.
Well, let's look at the clip.
Have you ever needed somewhere to relax during a busy day at work or school? Well, Melbourne is littered with a wide variety of parks and gardens in which you can always find plenty of open space to wind down during a break. One of these popular spaces is the Domain Parkland, located between the south bank of the Yarra and St Kilda Road. The areas in this parklands are called the Alexandra Gardens. First laid out in 1904, the garden's palm trees, shrubs and tree-lined avenues merge with the Royal Botanic Gardens. The Queen Victoria Gardens is most popular for its floral clock, but venture further and you'll find ornamental ponds, monuments to Queen Victoria and numerous flower beds. Other popular areas include the King's Domain, home to Sydney Myer Music Bowl. Birrarung Ma, located on the Yarra River's northern bank next to Federation Square, and the historic Treasury Gardens. And for a last few little hotspots, just over Lansdowne Street is the Fitzroy Gardens. If you find yourself in the north, head to the Flagstaff Gardens, located off La Trobe Street. Or you can also check out the Carlton Gardens, home of the Royal Exhibition Buildings. As you can see, Melbourne is a vibrant and flowing city filled with many glorious open spaces, perfect for you to relax and take a break from your busy day. Oh, I am so excited about
good.
lazy days.
Lazy days.
Yeah, lazy days under the sun. How gorgeous.
So good. There's so many gardens. We just got hit with a flurry of them. Like Melbourne, flowers,
Flower, plant.
So much to do. What's your favourite garden?
Well, I actually don't think you can go past the Royal Botanic Gardens, actually. People running around the outside.
Healthy, fit.
Yeah, exactly. The 10 is probably like the #1 running track in Melbourne.
Do you do the run?
I used to do the run, actually. I used to live
What
quite nearby.
happened?
Oh, because I lived in Toorak for a little
right.
while, and now I've moved to suburbia, so I
Right.
do like the suburban walk now, as
Right.
opposed to the tan lap. But I love just perching under a big old tree and reading a book.
Amazing.
Oh, that's just so beautiful.
Can't
What
do
about
that
you?
in suburbia. You've just got the pavement sitting on the pavement going, oh, I wish I was at the Botanic Gardens.
It's not the same as
I like
under a
the
tree.
Edinburgh Gardens because of the crazy parties.
I've heard about the cheeky Edinburgh Garden
Yeah, very
parties.
cheeky. So they had a couple of years back the New Year's party. People went crazy, a lot of mess. So we want to enjoy the spaces of Melbourne, so we've got to be a little more responsible, guys.
Responsibility.
And girls. But it's so much fun. Like music and everyone's having fun, drinking their happy beverages.
Happy beverages in
their
Coke
juices,
bottles.
just their smiley juices. Having a lot of fun. And yeah, those are my favourites.
Well, you're going to be having a lot of fun in LA soon. Tell us your big news.
Well, next week I go to Los Angeles. I go to Hollywood, Lisa. I'm going to Hollywood. It's great. I get to work on some TV over there, but I'm going to keep touching in with you guys. I'll Skype over. I'll give you updates. I'll tell you what I'm doing. I'll basically just be a Melbourne snob in LA.
Fabulous. Tell them that you want a magic instead of an Americano. Thank you very much.
Yeah, exactly. Or just go to cafes and go, you're pretty good, but have you thought of doing this in a laneway?
It's a whole new concept.
It's a whole
for
new
them.
deal.
How fantastic. Well, if you want to keep up to date with what we're doing and what Simon's doing in LA, check us out on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram, #Melbourne22.
And to take us out, we have Chasing Alice with Superficial Princess.
I'm Lisa Williams.
And I'm Simon Taylor. Miss you already. Bye.
Wait!
the sun goes down.